Hey guys, good morning. I bet you all know what I'm going to be talking about this morning. I'm not even dressed yet. I woke up and I'm like, I need to get this done. This is so exciting to me. Um, I was in bed last night after working a long, 14, 16-hour day. And I checked my post and I saw that people were starting to talk to me because of they were starting to leave really nasty posts because of the Taliban. Um, Comments were coming because of the Texas law. Texas has decided that women after 6 weeks cannot have abortion. Finally, justice is being served. I am thrilled. So I have all these people coming on. My Paxton video that already had a good amount of views a couple months ago. Now we're up to 700 and something views. And I am thrilled. I am so thrilled that justice is being served. You know, I think about how in the Bible it talks about when the righteous rule, people rejoice. It's been years. It's been years this injustice in America has allowed women to just say, I don't want to have a kid. They're a pain. Whatever. Let me have an abortion. Let me think of myself. Let me put my rights first. Let me put my rights above the kids' rights. They're such a pain. They're such an inconvenience. I don't want kids. They're a brat. But let me go out and have all the sex I want with every man around and enjoy having sex and have no consequences. It's unbelievable to me how many women out there are protesting all around the world that they have their rights. They want their rights. I mean, I'm being really snarky here and sarcastic because this is serious. This is not a woman's right issue. I don't care how many women go out there and want to basically complain. I'll try to be nice. Complain about their rights. What about the child's rights? What about the baby? You know, they didn't ask that you go out there and get knocked up and then that you kill them. I mean, what about their rights? And, you know, we have no middle ground here. There's a million other solutions to this. How about motherhood, first of all? What is wrong with being a mother? There is nothing better than being a mother. Accomplishments from women, no matter what you do, the best thing you could ever do is be a mother. There is nothing that you will ever accomplish in life that compares to motherhood. Family is the foundation, the rock of society, and it doesn't matter how many trophies you have, how many plaques you have on your wall. Motherhood is what defines woman. Yes, you can go out there and you can be a Proverbs 31 woman and you can work hard and you can act as a CEO, but in the end, it's all for your family. That's what it should be. It's not let me work and put myself first and who gives a hoot about a kid. There's no reason for abortion. The only, argument people try to use is the 1% of rape. I mean, first of all, rape is something that is totally different as far as the argument, but it doesn't supersede killing your child. I mean, if you've been raped, it's not the kid's fault. Why are you killing a kid because you've been raped? Give the kid up for adoption and let them have a life. There's nothing that will take back a rape. I mean, my goodness, you really think having an abortion and having another trauma is going to undo a rape? Of course not. So Texas right now is punishing women or anybody who abides, anyone who helps, helps a woman carry out an abortion. And I think that is just, and I think it's correct. I mean, we have so many abuses of abortion in America. I know for me, when someone brought me to the clinic, that they really manipulated the whole situation. I was brought there without even knowing what an abortion was. And women should be protected, and they should have the care that no one would even think of bringing them to a clinic. Abortion is unthinkable. You have a child. You know, what kind of woman are we raising nowadays? It's unbelievable to me that in the name of women's rights, women have lost their freedom. They no longer act like women. Women used to be taken care of. They used to be treated in a gentle way. Men would always make sure women and children were first. Yes, and of course you have the exceptions with men who are jerks. But you had men who were gentle with women, especially when you see a pregnant woman. Men, were very good to these women and other women, helping them, having baby showers, supporting them. There is empowerment in being pregnant. There is beauty. There is nothing like a woman with a natural glow of being pregnant. It's a whole new start. It's a whole new life. Everyone usually gathers around that couple. They want to help them. It's new beginnings for a family. It's a fresh start. It's a future together. It's exciting to be pregnant. It's a whole new generation that will affect the family. So this is really bogus to see women out there. They are truly deceived, truly. And if you don't like my channel, stuff it. I mean, seriously, go screw yourself, honestly. Because, I get these comments that, oh, you're just like the Taliban and you're, da-da-da-da-da. Nothing compares to that. Come on. If a woman has to bear her child, it's like being with a terrorist. Give me a break. So there is nothing wrong with a woman learning how to behave like a lady, learning how to behave and take the role of mother, whether you like it or not. If you do not like being a mother, that is your problem. It's not the kid's fault. If you take that kid and you have the kid and you don't like the kid, it's not the kid's fault. Go get some help. Go find a babysitter. Go, if you don't want to give your kid up for adoption, then go in another room. Go shopping. Go do something if you don't like your kid. But don't blame the kid for your hatred in your heart for kids. This is exactly what this is. This is mothers hating their kids. What kind of mother loves their kid so much that they say, you know what, I'm going to abort you, honey. I love you so much, I'm going to abort you. This is such an indifference to children. And I'm telling you, woe to these women. That's all I gotta say, because Jesus says, woe to you who make a child stumble. And I am not going to say that, all women knowingly have had abortions or whatever, but the attitude toward children, when you have a bad attitude and you just, it's not always about children, that scripture. It's also about, making other Christians who believe in a purposeful way, really stumble. One example I think of is when parents don't want to take their kids to church or want them to believe in God, and they purposely try to take them away from God, away from Christ in that sense. You should be wanting your children to go to God. So anyways, what kind of mother does this? Those mothers, some of them do not deserve to be a mother, to be honest. If you have such indifference toward kids, then don't be a mother. Don't get pregnant. It's pretty simple, and we should not, as a state or a society, be accepting that when when women don't want to be a mother, when they're just having a bad day, or when they feel like they're going to make a quick decision and they don't want to be a mother, we as a society should not be accepting this. We should be saying, you chose to fool around, you chose to get pregnant, even if it was an accident. these are the consequences. This is what you chose. Maybe it wasn't intended, but it still happened. You're going to pay for it. You chose. Take some responsibility. You know, take some responsibility for what you do. Don't try to blame it on the state. Don't try to blame it on society and say, well, you know, it's my right to have an abortion. And no, you had your right. You had your choice when you chose to have sex. That was your right there. And it's never a child's fault. And this is just bloodshed. And the state has a right to say, murder is wrong and you are going to pay for consequences. You are going to have consequences for murder. It's wrong. And when we start protesting against the state with the media and saying that they do not have a right to tell us what to do, it's wrong. Of course they do. Of course they do. If we're speeding down the road, the state's going to say something. If we're stealing, if we're doing stuff, if we're doing, breaking the law in many ways, the state has a right. So don't be blaming the state for your stupidity, basically. All right. So I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of hate comments for this video, and I am someone who really doesn't give a, I really don't care. I have a strong passion for children. I love kids. I love motherhood. And if you don't like the truth, go somewhere else.